Hello, welcome to another weekly vlog. I'm starting on a Tuesday, basically because I realized I need to step up my game. Yesterday I was a bit distracted, I was cleaning the flat, my mum came round. That's no way to get things done. So today I'm taking myself out of the flat and I thought it might be quite nice to show you some good workspaces or study spaces in Prague, while I will also be using you to keep myself accountable. Today I'm going to be working at the National Library, which has a really fabulous study room with loads of people working there, so it always helps my concentration and it's beautiful. Okay, that was good. I always find it quite inspiring to work with so many other people and it's in nice surroundings. So I was there for a few hours. I was editing some articles. Basically I'm editing my professor's book, so we constantly go back and forth, and I had quite a few texts to edit. Now I'm having a little walk to ground myself a little bit after being in the zone in my computer screen, basically. Hi, it's Wednesday and today I have actually stayed home because for some reason today was the day that I decided my blanket is really dirty, so I was doing multiple loads of washing, and when I finished that I was also sorting out an upcoming trip, and I was booking a flight with British Airways and I had to put in the card details in like 16 billion times. So by the time I was done with that, it would have been not worth it time-wise to travel to the city centre. So I stayed at home, but I want to show you a really neat thing I've discovered lately. First of all, I like to have a really clean, empty workspace. I've also purchased this laptop stand, which is kind of cool because you can adjust it like a million different ways, just so that your laptop doesn't have to be on your actual lap, but it's supported by this. I quite like using it, working on the desk for a couple of hours or on the kitchen table, and then maybe chilling out on the couch with this. It's one of those little things that can make your life a little bit easier. Okay, this was amazing, guys. I went to a new place. Well, it's not new, but I haven't been before. So, you know how I told you about the National Library? That's like the main library of the Czech Republic, which basically archives all Czech publications, I believe. So it's like a big institution on national level. Now I went to somewhere a bit similar, but it was the National Library of Technology, which is a library that serves the technical universities and their students. But some friends told me recently that actually any member of public can come in. You don't even need to be registered and you can use it freely. So this was the first time I went there, and it's a really beautiful space. I really enjoyed it a lot. There are a lot of workspaces with lots of sockets for your laptops. There were so many students working there, even though it's not even September. They must have been preparing for their exams. And basically it's open all day. I left now just before 10 p.m. when they were closing most of it, but they also have a night study room as well. I think for that you might need to be registered or be a student of those schools. I'm not entirely sure, because I wouldn't want to travel after the tube stops anyway. And I had a really good time. I was working on a translation of a play, which I have been doing for most of the summer. Still not done. It's challenging. This is a shot of the empty library as I was leaving. I really enjoyed it around sort of 9 p.m. when most of the people had already left, because it was so calm, but still there were other people working. It's such a nice feeling of like coming home from work, which I don't normally get working from home, and I feel like it just gives you that little more satisfaction and like day's work is done. So yeah, I'm feeling good about that. It is Friday and I've woken up with a little bit of a sore throat. I feel tired, I'm cold. Basically, maybe I shouldn't be embracing the public spaces quite as much. In any case, I stayed home for most of the day, but things are just piling on top of me. A couple of friends messaged me about the play I'm translating. They're really excited and they want to read it, but I was just like, well, that's nice, but I'm not done yet. Like, I really need to finish that translation. And then I got more texts to edit. I mean, it's just never ending. The professor also thought I was being rude in my last email, which is always brilliant. He also wanted me to check some details, and I have to go to a library for that. It's Friday, so I don't want to leave it over the weekend. So I'm gonna have to get my shit together. I'm gonna buy some cookies or something really sugary, and I'm gonna go to the library. I forgot to check in with you last night, but basically I went to another library. This one was like the municipal library of Prague, I guess. It's a whole chain of libraries, but I went to the main one because I needed to look up where a particular article was originally published. I knew the magazine, but not the issue. So I just needed to borrow like a whole 2 years of this particular magazine and look up the specific article. I stayed there for a little bit, working for maybe like an hour, but I really wasn't feeling that well yesterday, so then I just went home and listened to some podcast in the evening and chilled. Today it's Saturday and I just had lunch with my family, and I'm going to a furniture store because I really need to buy like a shoe rack for our flat. Even though we've been there for months, we still don't have one, and there's like a horrible pile of shoes and it's really stressing me out. So, you know, this is not like a work thing I need to do today or something, but because it's been bugging me for ages, I feel like I really need to stop putting it off and just buy one. I feel like that's actually the trouble with working from home, that you have these different lists of things you need to do, and like the work things and the life things are kind of bleeding into each other. So I'm just hoping this will help me feel like I'm overall on top of things. Oh wow, my life is so together. I'm a woman with a shoe rack. It is Sunday and you might be thinking, Hannah, but the week is over. You're calling this a PhD vlog and you haven't done any of your actual PhD work. You would almost be right. I did a little bit last night when I kind of planned an essay I need to get done to get to finish a class, and so I sort of bullet pointed it, but I need to get back to that in the next few days and just, you know, devote a day or two to that and hopefully write it quite quickly, because I have so much other stuff to do. Today I need to get back to my editing work because it's just more urgent at the moment. So I'm going back to the Library of Technology, which is the one I liked best out of the spaces I showed you over the week. Because it's Sunday, there's only a part of it open, so I'm praying that I find a workspace, but we'll see. I am pleased to report that I stayed at the library from about 3 p.m. till midnight, and I got quite a few things done. So I'm quite happy with my week, even though I didn't really have time for many fun things. Actually, I squeezed in a friend today for dinner, but that was just like an hour. I was mostly working.
I managed to get some important things done, so that makes me satisfied as well. If you are willing to share, I would love to hear about your working habits, whether you can work from home well or whether you do something similar to me and find other workspaces outside your house. I wish you a lovely week and I will see you next time. Bye.